Hello, bee thinkers. Today we are going to be talking about the Melakoni personality. And interestingly, that is the last personality type we're going to be discussing in the segment. So let's go to it. You know that one person that would walk into the room and notice all the simple things that are not in the right place. Talk about the crooked frame in a perfectly decorated room. Or someone that would just notice the color combination in the room does not exactly suit the code of the room. Or that one person that would write a simple birthday messages like 5 times just because it has to feel right. That is a Melakoni personality at play. Yep, Melakoni. These are people that feel deeply, think thoroughly, and love intentionally. Do they overthink? Maybe yes. They do overthink. They can overthink things. As simple as sending out a good morning text out to someone. Because why? They want to ensure that it cuts across the way they want it to. Making sure it feels so good or feels so right. Yes, that's what they are. Do they pay attention to details? Yes, absolutely they do. They would remember your grandma's birthday that you had mentioned or discussed with them. They would remember the exact words you had used while having a conversation with them the last time you were sad or the last time you were happy. They are as much detailed as that. Can they be described as perfectionists? Maybe. Can they be described as too sensitive sometimes? Can they be described as careless? No, no, no. You cannot describe them as being careless because they tread carefully. They are not loud, but their love is precise. They don't show up flashy, but when they do, it's thoughtful, deep, and unforgettable. That's your Melakoni. Hey, bee thinkers, if you love what you've been hearing or the discussion so far, do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment in the comment section. Which of the personality have you identified as yours? Comment in the comment section, and hi, the psychology aficionado would be responding to you. Catch you there. Let's talk about how to spot a melancholy in your life. If you have a melancholy as a parent, just know that this kind of people pay attention to details. If you have a birthday party coming up, they would have been planning since forever. They could be planning 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year ahead of the event. Because why? They want everything to be the way they want it. Paying attention to details. Talk about the color theme, the color of the balloon, the celebrant clothes, the shoes, the caterer, everything on point. They can go as much as writing a thank you note on the serviette paper they're going to be utilizing or using during the event. They are very detailed person. Those people, detail is their motto. They would keep report cards. They would keep the record of your drawing while growing up, your milk teeth and labeled envelope, because they love deeply and also expect excellence. So you might hear you got 92. What happened to the hit? You should score all. What happened to it? They would ask you questions because they are very particular about details and excellence. If you have a melancholy as a sibling, they are the ones who will fold your clothes after you borrow theirs. But they would remind you with a handwritten note that says, please ask me next time. They correct your grammar in Anywhere, even in the middle of a fight, they will still correct you. Because why? They pay so much attention to details. They are also the one that would remember almost everyone's birthday in the house and never forget to wish them a happy birthday. If you have a Melakoni as a friend, they do not have so many friends, but the ones they do have, they cherish them and keep them for life. They are the types that can write you a 3-paragraph message just to tell you, I'm proud of you as a friend. They love deeply, yes, and they will never forget your birthday. If you have a Melakoni as a boss, remember details. They are very detail oriented, structure driven. They will notice the missing full stop in your email and politely ask for more details in your reports. But they would also protect you, mentor you, and never forget the effort you put in, even if they don't say it often. But remember, details is their core. If you have a Melakoni as an auntie or an uncle, they are the ones that would always correct your table manners, fixing your collar, always praying you should have ironed those shirts. Iron it, let it be sleek. They will buy you gifts with your name engraved on it. Because why? Details matters to them. If you have a Melakoni as a spouse or as a partner, deep, loyal, intentional. That's what they are. They would write you your love language in a journal and try to love you correctly. Correct love. Oh, now you did there. But if you forget something important, they won't shout. They will simply go quiet. And that's the worst. You know that's not even right when someone cannot express their words to you that you have hurt them. They're hurting at the same time. They might also be hurting you. Still, they would love you, love you, love you with the whole of their heart, with every high standard that they know or they have. Now that we've talked about how to spot Melakoni in almost all areas of life or how people are related or connected with you, let's look at it Melakoni in a different perspective or with a different lens. People say Melakonis are they are boring, they are too serious, they are too sensitive, they are too deep, too detailed. All of these are too much of it all, but let's see it differently. See, all the TOO is what makes the Melakoni special. While others rush, they pause. While others skim, they see the details. While others forget, they remember everything. Melakonis are not muddy. If you see them in that state, they are just in a reflective mood. So they are not muddy. They are reflective. They are not picky. They are intentional. They are not slow. They are just being thorough. A Melakani may not laugh the loudest, but they will be the one that feels your pain the longest. They may not say much, but remember, when they do, their word stays with you for years, for a long time. They build with precision, love with intention, and protect with quiet strength. So on that note, they are not too much. Melakonis are not too much the way we see them. They are just deep enough to hold everything the rest of us miss. Be thinkers. If you have spotted yourself as a Melakoni, please come closer. Let's also talk about the things you also need to try differently. I hear they call you perfectionist of life. It's fine. It's okay. Because your attention to detail is a gift. But sometimes chasing perfection can delay progress or steal your joy. Remember, everything does not have to be flawless to be beautiful. You can start by saying, done is better than perfect. I also hear they say you are overthinkers. No, not under my watch. I understand you replay conversations, analyze emotions, and anticipate every outcome. But sometimes it's okay just to feel, decide, and move on. What can you try differently? Give yourself a worry deadline. After 10 minutes or less, depending on the situation, write it down and let go. Remember, everything doesn't have to be perfect. Learn to loosen up. Loosen up a bit. Your structure is solid. Yes, we know. But life isn't always a checklist. It's not all about structure. Sometimes spontaneity is the medicine your soul didn't know it needed. So, what should you try? Say yes to something unplanned once a week, no matter how small it is. It will help you grow. Speak kindly to yourself. You hold yourself to a high standard, which is fair. It's okay. Everyone wants, a certain place they want to be at a particular point in life. It's fair. But don't forget you're human too. The same grace you show to others, you deserve it too. What you can try differently. I failed, but I am also learning. Pick your learnings. There's this word I've been hearing someone say so many oftentimes. We learn backward and we live forward. Pick your learnings from the past and utilize your learnings going forward. That is how life is. Life is not all about perfectionism. Acceptance. Acceptance is another important thing for you, my melancholy big thinkers. Accepting people the way they are is very important. I understand that you see people and you see great potential in them, and that is beautiful. But know that not everyone can grow at the pace that you can grow. So love them where they are and also love yourself. Really, this is not about others alone, it is also about yourself. Celebrate efforts, your efforts and others' efforts, not just the results. The step you take at each time trying to achieve a goal is worth celebrating. Trust yourself and celebrate your efforts. Did you know that the melancholy personality is also backed by science through the big five traits? They are typically introverted, we know. They are highly conscientious and emotionally sensitive. Their deep thinking and perfectionism stem from heightened emotional processing in their brain, making them natural overthinkers, detail-oriented individual, and quietly intense. This is the end of this discussion, today's personality, which is the melancholy. But before we pull the curtain, let's quickly touch or do a recap of the things that we're able to talk about today. Because for me, this is an eye opener to spot a melancholy personality or a melancholy be thinkers. We talked about melancholy personality, and we also talked about how you can spot a melancholy in our society. We talked about how to see a melancholy differently and also how a Melancholy can better utilize their personality. We touched on the did you know section. I think those were the things we were able to discuss today. I'm so excited. We've come to the end of today's discussion and also to the end of the discussion of the 4 personality types. We already talked of the phlegmatic, the sanguine, the melancholy, and also the choleric. The choleric was the first one we talked about. The next episode, we're going to continue with this. We are going to be talking about the strong, developed personality, the personality, and much more. So watch out. Don't snooze on it. Thank you, everybody, and see you next time. Bye for now. And bye.